Wait. What? You want it to be one way.
Man, I don't
want it to be one way.
Man, stop. Stop saying that.
But it's the other way.
All right. It's your boy, Claymore Rain. This is the A.T.P. Combat Media Show. Welcome all. Please have a seat. Have a seat. It's about that time. Shout out to all my subscribers. If this is your first time showing up for this content and you like the content, please feel free to subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get all the alerts when this content is getting dropped. Good evening. We are minutes away from New Year's. 2024 is here, damn near. All right. When you guys see this video, as a matter of fact, it'll be 2024. So I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Let's go into this new year really optimistic about our possibilities. Guys, stay prayed up, stay available to be used by whatever greater force, God, Allah, whether Jesus, Buddha, whatever your denomination, your disciplined, your spiritual grounding sits with or resonates with, however you want to look at it. Stay available to be used. It's an important year. 2024 is an important year. A lot of things are going on. We've got elections. We've got all types of things to look forward to in the coming year. We got boxing. You know what I mean? So everybody stay available to be used. Stay available to be used. But needless to say, we will be going through the best of for 2023. Well, best fighter of the year. I mean, I'm pretty much giving you guys, and I might go through, I think tomorrow I am going to be recording and giving you guys the prospects that I'm looking at for 2024. But for 2023, fighter of the year was not an easy thing to come up with. I really thought this would be a lot easier, but as I was going through the resumes, as I was weighing out things, it was just difficult. It was really difficult to put my finger on the pulse of one moment I'd say it was this guy, the next moment it's this guy. But at the end of the day, I gotta go with it and go with my heart, and go with what I think counted. And I think what separated the fighters this year was significance. Significance separated the fighters this year. Who had the most significant year? Who did the most this year? What fighter really put his foot down or her foot down and really just made a statement and changed the game as we know it? And ladies and gentlemen, I have to give it to none other than the one and only bull from Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I had to give it to Terrence "Bud" Crawford this year. Although he only fought one time this year, him being the first man to be a two-time undisputed in two different weight classes, defeating the level of fighter he did in Errol Spence made the biggest difference in my decision. I feel like that was the most significant fight. It was an anticipated fight that took so long to negotiate. Literally, as I was going through all the platforms, all these boxing spaces online, I feel like it just like reverberated through the whole entire boxing scene for months on end, from fans that came out and were saying Terrence must have cheated, that he had his gloves tampered with, that Errol Spence was weight drained, or I've even heard people say that he was taking edibles before the fight. I mean, so many conspiracies came out and so many channels were birthed off the strength of this fight. I have to be honest, it was the most significant thing that happened in boxing in 2023, in my opinion. I don't think anything had an impact like Terrence Crawford's defeat of Errol Spence did, and the way he did it. Errol Spence being a pound for pound fighter, the way Errol got, you know, one belt at a time, and who he was and who he defeated. And you got to kind of look, it's kind of like a Highlander. Like everybody who Errol defeated, when Terrence beat Errol, it was like he defeated them, you know. Just the way he one-sidedly dominated Errol Spence was art. It was art. It was a sweet science that was demonstrated and showcased that evening on July 29th, 2023. And I'm quite confident and comfortable with my decision. Fighter of the year definitely has to go to Terrence Bud Crawford. So now, what are we looking forward in the new year? I won't get specific because I'm going to go take me a shot. I'm going to go take me a shot and relax and kick it, lay back, kick it with my kids. My wife is knocked out. She has no interest at midnight. She has no interest, but I am going to go and relax. But for the new year, I'm definitely looking forward for boxing. To be, I'm looking forward to, I think the title of 2024 should be the best fight the best. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the best fighting the best. I'm looking forward to promotional lines being erased. I'm very interested in seeing how, because now that I'm hearing even Top Rank is working on a deal with Amazon Prime, I'm looking to see these promotional companies cross promoting. I want to see if PBC has the best fighter and Top Rank has the second best fighter. I want them to be able to fight. I don't want any more of the nonsense that we've been dealing with. Granted, 2023 was a great year of boxing. If I could complain, we always can complain because there's fights we didn't get to see that we wanted to see. But for the most part, it was a very good year in boxing. 2024, I would like to see all that hard work in 2023 culminate into the best year. I feel like we're positioned right now to see one of the best years of boxing that we've ever seen. Looking forward for formerly known as Gervonta Tank Davis, currently known as Abdul Wahid. I'm looking for him to take more control of his career this year. I'm looking for him to get into those fights, and I'm looking for him. I'm looking for this chapter of legacy over currency this year. Granted, I know he has to get his money. I'm not saying not to get his money, but I do want the choice of fighters that he chooses this year to be more surrounded around legacy. I want to see that generational talent standing in front of Gervonta Davis, and I want to see Gervonta Davis making this year his legacy year. The year that this year, I want to see what happens this year to put him as a future Hall of Famer. That's what I'd love to see from Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm really excited to see what Jerron Boots Ennis is going to be doing. I think he is next up as far as pound for pound best fighter in boxing. I think he has a real solid shot at being that guy. I want to see him unify that welterweight division, or by the end of the year, damn near unify and be undisputed in that division. And see him maybe even go to 154 and challenge some of those guys up there. I think he's really the goods, and I want to see him showcase that talent against generational talent that's on his level, as close to his level as possible, because he's that high up where, you know, literally I had to really think really hard. Outside of Terrence Crawford, I don't know anybody who's really on his level. I mean, maybe Errol Spence. That's another thing I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to see Errol Spence come back, be healthy. I want to see him healthy, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing him fight Terrence Crawford for that rematch. I want to see how he looks. I want to see, I want to get some questions answered about what happened on that first fight. Was it a fluke? Was it Terrence Crawford really just on that level, just where Errol couldn't make it competitive at all? I'm not going to lie to you. I still think Terrence Crawford will win the fight just based off what I saw that night. And even before that night, I kind of I knew skill set wise, Terrence Crawford was going to win in that department. It was the strength that I was questioning, the power, whether he was going to be able to absorb that power. Terrence was able to that night. But, you know, we have scientists now saying that there were issues that Errol might have been going through. So I'm looking forward to seeing a healthy, well-hydrated, just Errol Spence at his best, fighting Terrence Crawford at their best, and I'm ready to see the best man win that fight. And I'm happy, I'm happy that that right now, the way PBC and Amazon kind of worked it out, I'm looking also forward to seeing how Saudi Arabia is going to come out this year, see what fights they're going to put together. I'm actually really excited to see what they're going to do, because I really think that they just bring in that wild card. You know, they're that wild card. If you guys play spades, you know, when you have that wild card and you drop it, it trumps everything. And I think Saudi Arabia has a wild card in their deck, and that they can trump anything and everything at any time. It looks like they're going to focus their energy specifically towards the best fighting the best, towards making those legacy fights, and I'm interested in seeing what they do with that. Let's see what Deontay Wilder does if he comes back this year, and who he fights and how he does. Let's see Anthony Joshua if he goes after some belts. I think the heavyweight division is also going to be a very interesting division this year. I think there's a lot of, you know, questions that need to be answered. Let's see what Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury does. I mean, there's so many things. I think boxing is just going to be so interesting, so much content to create this year. Anybody who's been with me up to this point, I appreciate you guys. I think this year is going to be an exciting year for the ATP Combat Media Show. I think Claymore Reign as a brand is going to really expand this year, and I'm looking forward to just, you know, growing as a content space. Also, I'll also be bringing in mixed martial arts as well. That's another. I love mixed martial arts. I don't know if I love it more than boxing, but it's there. You know what I mean? And looking forward to bring those worlds together, to bring in the boxing space and the mixed martial arts space together. And yeah, you know, outside of that, health this year, right? We're gonna be in that gym like we're supposed to be. We're gonna modify and change the lifestyle as far as diet is concerned. And we're going to keep, like I've always said, we're going to make ourselves available for God to use. We're going to make ourselves available. We're going to stay right mentally, and we're going to stay available. You know, you guys go ahead in the comments. Go ahead and leave who your fighter of the year was. I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing a lot of Monster Inoue's, and I could see where you guys are coming from with that, because I mean, I wrestled with it. I wrestled with it. He did a lot. Monster Inoue became a 2-time undisputed champion in less than a year and a half. That is impressive. You know, stayed busy. You know, had some really good fights this year. Some real statements were made by Monster Inoue. I'm looking forward to see what he does next year as well. But ultimately, like I said, the most significant impact, even though it was one fight, it was a huge fight. One of the biggest fights I think I've seen in a long time, in the longest of times, that holds significance, that will go in the history books. You know, Terrence Crawford will always be, and Errol Spence will always be, you know, together in the history books because of that fight. Just very similar to a Hagler Hearns or Hearns Leonard or Leonard Duran. You know, that fight is always going to be spoken about because it's the first of its kind. There was a 2-time undisputed champion, the first of his kind in 2 weight classes, and that's just impressive, and that just has to be rewarded and acknowledged. Fight of the year. All right, but on that note, Happy New Year's, guys. I didn't plan on staying long. I really just wanted to drop the fighter of the year. Look out for more content. Like I said earlier, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Go ahead and hit that bell icon. Real important. Oh, also this year we will start doing lives. That will also be something that we're going to be kicking off very shortly. So all my subscribers, you know, I'm looking forward to meet a lot of you guys and then pick your brains and, you know, obviously make myself available for you guys to pick my brain. Let's have a good time this year. But on that note, and at this point, it's the ATP Combat Media Show. It's your boy Claymore Reign, and we out.
Yeah, they hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself. Yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies, all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Starting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else, yeah. I had to set them straight, yeah. I had to ball, so I had to renovate, I know. They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. Ooh, yeah. Why they wanna put me down? So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't come it down. Yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't slow it down. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I see the flashing lights. Make sure the fashion right, yeah. I'm in my bag tonight, yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up a foreign. Watch out, the engine is roaring.